Today we have on the menu Barcelona versus Rayo Vallecano as we approach that all-important game in the Champions League against Olympique de Lyon. As much as this game might feel a bit underwhelming, trust me, I feel the same way. This can prove crucial when it comes to our chances of progressing on Wednesday, because Ernesto Valverde should be looking into rotating some of our key players while giving some players still the chance to prove themselves before we hit last gear. Therefore, get ready as we prepare Barcelona's match preview versus Rayo Vallecano. What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here. Welcome back to another video here on the channel. How has your week been? What are your reactions after that crazy Champions League comebacks midweek? I've heard some of you already being scared or worried that it might be Barcelona's turn next, but who knows? Who knows? Also, remember once again that live reactions are going to be back up on the channel for you to enjoy, so be sure to tune in after every Barcelona and Champions League game or big profile European match by that manner to discuss with us everything worth mentioning. Having said that, drop us a like, leave us a subscribe, turn on the bell notification icon, and follow us on all other social media to keep up to date. You get the deal, you know the drill, and let's get right into it. I could start off by saying how much I believe Rayo Vallecano is going to have a chance in this game, like I always do, but in reality, I actually don't see that being the case, even though I would like to give my fellow Peruvian, Luis Advíncula, Luis as well, the chance that in this game he can score a goal, he can do something. He's playing in a team where in reality he's just not as good. The last 5 games that they've played, Rayo Vallecano, in La Liga, they have lost them. The last game being a victory against Deportivo Alavés away from home, 1-0. And Barcelona in La Liga, we've been getting up a little bit, you know? We've gotten that victory at Sevilla 4-2 and then that win against Real Madrid. And if I'm not wrong, I could also count our victory against Rayo Vallecano. I keep thinking that's a draw, but it's actually a victory 1-0. So with that being said, I believe that Ernesto Valverde should take and look at this game like a playground test for Barcelona, you know? Try and analyze which tactics, strategies, what plan B could possibly Barcelona pull out of the bag if we are meant to struggle in that game against Olympique de Lyon or further forward in the Champions League by that manner. The risk is there because Rayo Vallecano do have some good players. They have Oscar Trejo fit and ready to go, Raúl de Thomas as well, and don't even get me started with Luis Advíncula, which is, well, my fellow Peruvian. I think he's a very good player, but still pace down that wing that can really pin us down. This team do have some players that can do that, but overall, if Barcelona put on a good performance, we're still there managing to, well, easily get the 3 points. Valverde here really has a golden opportunity to rest the players that may need that extra few days to recover while still giving game time to those that can make up that final, 18-man squad that can push us all the way to the Champions League. I don't know if I'm gonna be correct, but I highly incline that there are gonna be some heavy rotations incoming in this game. To that end, let's start taking a look at some team updates and injury reports. In the case of Barcelona, we're going to have one big player missing, which is going to be Clement Lenglet, but don't worry because I believe that Samuel Umtiti will certainly take his spot in this one, and we will see getting, well, better games to recover, especially after a long spell injury that saw him last play in September. So, very big opportunity for Umtiti to see whether he's up to scratch with the team. And in the case of Rayo Vallecano, they got 2 players also missing this one. They got Gorka Elustondo, which is going to be playing through to injury, and then we're going to have Abdoulaye Ba, which is not going to be played due to suspension as well. So in that case, let's move onwards into the potential starting 11. Starting off with Barcelona, I'm going to go with Marc-André Ter Stegen in the goalkeeper position. In the right, I'm going to go with Nelson Semedo. I believe that he deserves to play this game because of his previous performances, and also because we are going to need him just at 100% match sharpness to play the game against Olympique de Lyon. We're probably going to see Nabil Fekir start in this game. Not probably, he will start in the game against Barcelona coming up the Wednesday, and therefore we're going to need Nelson Semedo to match up with Depay in speed. I don't want Semedo to be rested, I want him to be prepared, because whenever we've dropped Semedo and rest him for the next game, I don't believe he fails his best performances. He's a player that when given consistency, he really shows, so I want him to continue down that trend. The center back pairing for this game is gonna be most likely Samuel Umtiti and Gerard Piqué. Unlike the situation with Nelson Semedo, Gerard Piqué is a player in his 30s and he cannot play every single game, you know, back to back in the same kind of level that we want him to. He just came out from a wonderful performance against Real Madrid in La Liga, so if we want to him continue at that level, I believe that he might as well need a little bit of a rest, because I'm not saying that we do not necessarily need that in this game against Rayo Vallecano, because they can still create those amazing chances and we still need a leader from the back, but most importantly because we want him to be there for those moments, and those moments are Wednesday, those games where we cannot let anything sleep. In the left back position, I believe that Valverde might be encouraged to start with Sergi Roberto and not Jordi Alba. I believe that Jordi Alba, Busquets and Messi are the players that need to rest in this one, and the players which are the most crucial and vital for this Barcelona system. Jordi Alba is really in that bracket of players that can affect our game, how it works, and we should be making the compromises for when he needs rest. And tomorrow's game, I believe, is one where we can give him that, and Sergio Roberto is, well, the only option we got right now, so I'm going to be playing him in that position. In the middle of the park, I'm going to go with Ivan Rakitic as the main CDM. We've seen that Valverde has employed him in this position whenever Busquets has not been in the squad, so he will most probably continue there. And then up front, we could see Arthur and Arturo Vidal. I believe that those two, alongside Rakitic, could be forming a very good midfield trio. If not, we could also see the likes of Carles Aleñá, but if we know Valverde, then he will probably start with experience of someone like Vidal. And then up top, I'm going to go with Ousmane Dembele, Philippe Coutinho, and Luis Suarez. And I'm going to go with Luis Suarez, even though I believe he also needs rest, very similar to Messi. And we're going to talk about them in a little bit later. But the reason why Valverde may be starting Suarez, even though it's going to hurt him, it's going to hurt Suarez because Suarez has that long-term injury in the knee that is just keep overcharging and he's playing with pain and we are not seeing him at the best 100%. I believe he's going to play because he can provide you that outlet to be a reference point for people like Dembele, like Coutinho, like Malcolm to play next to them. And he can also bring you that kind of extra focus of the opposition defenders so they can just be a little bit less aware of our other players. A striker is a real nuisance, and when you have someone like Luis Suarez there in the box, in the area, he constantly does that. And I believe this was a game for someone like Prince Boateng, where perhaps he's not going to score us the game-winning goal, but he's going to put on that work. He's going to put on that work where he's going to run, he's going to move, he's going to try to just drift away and open up spaces for other players like Ousmane Dembele and like Malcolm. So I want to see that, but really, we don't need Luis Suarez. We shouldn't be utilizing Luis Suarez here because he needs to break that curse. He needs to break that mental block that he has in the Champions League. And to do so, he needs to be he was 100%. And playing with pain, playing after a game against Rayo Vallecano, which really is just asking too much. And the very same with Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi will not play this game because he needs to be he was 100%. He was playing also with pain, and you could see that it's not really allowing him to express himself the way he normally does on the field. So I would also encourage Lionel Messi to sit this one out. And most importantly, if Messi doesn't want to do that, Valverde needs to take the chances because everything in this season can be wonderful. But we're holding on to this fine thread. We really need this performance on Wednesday. And even though we also need these 3 points in Camp Nou against Rayo Vallecano, I believe that we got other means that we can get to them. And we do not need to rely on Messi every single time. So this is why I'm going to say that Messi and Suarez should sit this one out. And with that being said, I'm going to give you now my predictions for the game between Barcelona and Rayo Vallecano. This is one of the times where I'm really going to give Barcelona the edge here, and by a mile. I think that Barcelona can win this game 3-0 if we are very, very committed to what we're doing, and those players that get the chance here, well, do that as well. The other thing that we could see in this game is, well, Valverde just keeping the same lineup and going very, very strong. That will be something which I'm not mad, because I understand what he's trying to do. But let's be intelligent. Messi needs to rest and some players need to do so as well. We don't have a single left back that can take Jordi Alba's load away. And we are going to have to need him if we want to go as far in this competition. We're going to need him, 6 more times at his fullest. So, yeah. I believe that we could take the chance here to rest some players. And let's go ahead and do that. by putting one of the lineups that I suggested in this video, and let's try to do our best to beat this Rayo Vallecano, which in all honesty is really bad. That's gonna be everything for today, guys. Tell me down below, what do you think Barcelona should do in this game? Should we rotate or well, should not? And also, more importantly, tell me down below. And I say more importantly because I've been changing the look of this channel time and time again after I got this huge like wave of fans after the World Cup, and I have been really struggling to find the theme that I want to give to, well, our little channel here in YouTube. And I believe that I found it. I believe that this kind of like thumbnail, this style is the one I want to give for this channel. So if you like it as well, tell me down below. And yes, I guess that's gonna be it. Follow me on all our social media and subscribe if you want to see more content of Barcelona, Champions League, football, you know the jazz. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.